Hello students. In the previous lecture, we had started solving linear differential equations. Let us first revise the steps that we did in the previous lecture when we had already started exercise 8.5. When we get the equation, first step, we write the equation in the form dy by dx plus py is equal to q. Sometimes we may also write it as dx upon dy plus px is equal to q, where P and Q, in the first case, P and Q are equations of x or constants, and in the second case, P and Q are equations in y or constants. Similarly, in the first case, y is the dependent variable, in the second case, x is the dependent variable. So we convert them into this convenient form. Then, in the second step, we find the integrating factor. Last time I told you what is the meaning of an integrating factor. So we find the integrating factor if is equal to e raised to integral p dx, or with respect to the second equation, it may be e raised to integral p dy. Then the third step is finding the solution of the given differential equation in the form y into integrating factor is equal to integral q into integrating factor dx plus c, or for the second equation it will be x into integrating factor is equal to q into integrating factor dy plus c. So now continuing with exercise 8.5, the first three sums were already done earlier in the previous lecture. So we continue with the fourth sum. In the fourth question, the question is x plus y dy by dx is equal to 1. Now in this question, first of all, let us write dy by dx. Let us modify this by writing dy by dx is equal to 1 upon x plus y. So as you can see, x plus y has gone to the RHS. Now take the reciprocal on both the sides. So therefore we get dx upon dy is equal to x plus y. And in the next step, what we write is that dx upon dy minus x is equal to y. Now we compare this equation with the second form of the equation which we saw just now in the steps actually. We compare this equation with this form, that is comparing with dx upon dy plus px is equal to q. We are going to get, in this case, p becomes minus 1. As you can see, just compare both the equations. Just compare both these equations. We get p as minus 1. So p is equal to minus 1, and q we get it as y. Q is equal to y. Therefore, the integrating factor in this case is e raised to integral p into dy. As you can see, y is the independent variable over here. How do we know this? Because we got dx upon dy over here. Therefore, y is the independent variable, and therefore integrating factor is e raised to integral p dy, which is e raised to integral. Now p is minus 1, so minus 1 dy. Now you know that the integral of 1 dx is x, so the integral of 1 dy will be y. So here the answer for this integral is e raised to minus y. So thus we got our integrating factor. Therefore, the solution of the given equation given differential equation, let us write it in short, DE, differential equation is, in this case it will be x into integrating factor is equal to integral q dy, q into integrating factor into dy plus c. Then in the next step, x into our integrating factor is e raised to minus y. So x e raised to minus y is equal to integral q into, q is now y, as you can see q is y, so integral y into the integrating factor in this case is again e raised to minus y dy plus c. Now you see that there are two terms over here. On the RHS, there are two terms. So on the RHS, we use this particular formula, that is integral u into v dx is equal to u integral v dx minus integral d dx of u integral v dx into dx. This is a formula for integration of products actually. So this is what we are going to use over here. So therefore in this case, our first term becomes y, u becomes y, and v becomes e raised to minus y using the rule LAE. You can use it in your mind and see. So therefore we get x into e raised to minus y is equal to y integral, using this particular formula, y integral e raised to minus y dy minus integral d dy of e raised to minus y integral, okay, in this case it is d dy of y, because y was a u term, so y integral e raised to minus y dy the whole into dy plus c. Then going further, we are going to get x into e raised to minus y is equal to, now on the RHS, now y into integral of e raised to y is e raised to y itself. We have e raised to minus y. So the integral will be minus e raised to minus y. So minus e raised to minus y, y into y is as it is. So e raised to minus y over here minus integral. Now the differentiation of y with respect to y is 1. So this term becomes 1. And the integration of e raised to minus y is minus e raised to minus y dy plus c. I hope you understood this step. This becomes 1. So here we have 1 into the integral of e raised to minus y, which is minus e raised to minus y. And this dy, this outer dy is written over here. So therefore now we can write this as x into e raised to minus y is equal to minus y e raised to minus y, minus into minus becomes plus integral e raised to minus y dy plus c, going in a stepwise manner. Now integrating this term as well, we are going to get x e raised to minus y is equal to minus y e raised to minus y, and this becomes minus e raised to minus y plus c. Now we remove this e raised to minus y term. This is as good as the answer, but to make it more simpler, we remove this e raised to minus y term by dividing each term by e raised to minus y. So dividing by e raised to minus y, we are going to get x is equal to minus y minus 1 plus c upon e raised to minus y. Then in the last step, what we do over here is that we bring both these terms to the LHS and e raised to minus y over here to the numerator. So therefore we get x plus y plus 1 is equal to c e raised to y. So this becomes our answer for this particular sum. Now look at question number 5. It is y dx plus x minus y square dy is equal to 0. So we write this as y dx is equal to minus x minus y square dy. Then we are going to rearrange these terms and change the sign throughout. So therefore we get y dx, that is when we open the bracket, it becomes y square minus x dy. Because of the minus sign, x becomes minus x and minus becomes plus, so y square becomes positive. So thus we get this particular term. Therefore now let us bring this dy term on the LHS and take y on the RHS. So we get dx upon dy is equal to y square minus x upon y. Now separating out the denominators over here in the RHS, we get over here dx upon dy is equal to y square upon y minus x upon y. So you realize what we have done, isn't it? So this now becomes, now this y goes away. So this becomes y minus x upon y. Then in the next step, what we do is that we take this minus x upon y on the LHS. So therefore we get dx upon dy plus x upon y is equal to y. Now suppose I write it this way, then we can compare it easily. See, dx upon dy plus x into 1 upon y. We can write it as x into 1 upon y is equal to y. Now comparing it with dx upon dy plus px is equal to q, we get the value of p and q. So compare on both the sides and we are going to get p is equal to 1 upon y. Over here, as you can see, p becomes 1 upon y. And what is q? Correct, q is equal to y. And therefore, the integrating factor, which is given by e raised to integral p dy. As you realize, dy is in the denominator over here in the derivative. So y is the independent variable and x is the dependent variable. So as a result, integrating factor is e raised to integral p dy, which is e raised to integral 1 upon y dy, because p is 1 upon y. And the integral of 1 upon y is log y. So we get e raised to log y. Now I have shown you previously that e raised to log of anything is the same number. So as a result, the integrating factor becomes y. The log goes away, e also goes away. So it thus becomes only y. So integrating factor is y, and therefore the solution of the given differential equation. The solution of the given differential equation is of the form, in this case it becomes x into integrating factor is equal to integral q into integrating factor, the same formula that we are going to write for every sum. Okay, so this becomes this way. So therefore it becomes, now substituting the value of integrating factor, which is y, we get xy is equal to integral q is again y, so y into y dy plus c. This becomes easy enough to do, isn't it, on the RHS. So as you can see, we get xy is equal to integral y square dy plus c, and the integral of y square is y cube upon 3. So we get xy is equal to y cube upon 3 plus c. Now to get it in the form that is given in textbook, what we do is that we cross multiply with 3 on both the sides. So here we are going to get xy, that is 3xy. We are cross multiplying with 3. So we get 3xy is equal to y cube plus 3c. Now 3c is another fresh constant. So what we do over here is that we just write c1 over here. We write c1 everywhere. So we get 3c1, and in the next step 3xy is equal to y cube plus c, where 3c1 is equal to c, which is another constant obviously. So thus this becomes our final answer, that is it. The sixth sum, dy by dx plus 2xy is equal to x is given. So here what we do first of all is that, see, now here there is no need of any modification. As you can see, dy by dx is as it is. The coefficient of it is 1. In the previous cases it was not 1, so we were modifying it. So in this case it is already in the proper form. So we directly compare it with dy by dx plus Py is equal to Q. Okay, so we compare it with this particular form of the equation, and therefore we get here P as 2x. See, as you can see, y is already here, so P becomes 2x and Q becomes x, and therefore our integrating factor becomes integral, that is e raised to integral P dx, which is e raised to integral 2x dx, which is now upon integrating we get e raised to 2x square upon 2, because the integral of x is x square upon 2. 2 is a constant, so 2 and 2 goes away. So here we get the answer as e raised to x square. So this becomes our integrating factor, and therefore the solution of the given differential equation is given by this particular formula, which we write for each sum actually, is given by y into integrating factor. In this case it is y into integrating factor, because as you can see, x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. So y into integrating factor is equal to q integral of, that is integral of q into integrating factor dx plus c. So we get over here y into integrating factor is e raised to x square. So e raised to x square is equal to integral. Now for us the q term was x. So as a result, x into e raised to x square dx plus c. Now on the RHS, what we do is that we use the method of substitution. That is, on the RHS, let x square is equal to t. This x square is equal to t, and therefore differentiating both the sides, we get therefore 2x dx is equal to dt, and therefore x dx is equal to dt upon 2. So on the RHS, x dx becomes dt upon 2 and e raised to x square becomes e raised to t. So therefore doing further, so therefore the LHS y into e raised to x square, it is essential to write this. It is not rough work. You are supposed to show this in your exam paper. So y e raised to x square is equal to integral. Now x dx is written as dt upon 2 and e raised to x square is written as e raised to t. So thus we get this term. Then in the next step, we just take 1 upon 2 outside on the RHS. So y e raised to x square is equal to 1 upon 2 integral e raised to t dt plus c. Now e raised to t dt is, the integral of e raised to t dt is the same thing. And therefore we get the answer this way, that is y e raised to x square is equal to 1 upon 2 into e raised to t plus c. Now t, we are taken x square as t, so we resubstitute it. So therefore resubstituting, t is equal to x square, we get y e raised to x square is equal to e raised to x square upon 2 plus c. So thus this becomes our final answer, that is it. Now the seventh sum, which is x plus a dy by dx is equal to minus y plus a. As the first step, what we are going to do is, we are going to eliminate this coefficient from over here, LHS. We need only 1 as the coefficient of dy by dx, and therefore we get dy by dx is equal to minus y plus a upon x plus a. So you realize what we have done here, isn't it? We have taken x plus a on the RHS. Then on the RHS now again, see, LHS remains same, dy by dx is equal to, on the RHS, let us separate the denominators. So we get minus y upon x plus a upon x plus a. This way. Now we bring minus y upon x plus a to the LHS, and therefore we get dy by dx plus y upon x plus a is equal to a upon x plus e. Now we can compare this with our standard equation, that is comparing with dy by dx plus py is equal to q. In this case, see, excepting y, the remaining term is 1 upon x plus a. So we get p is equal to 1 upon x plus a, and q becomes a upon x plus a. So a upon x plus e. And therefore our integrating factor, which is e raised to integral p dx. So e raised to integral p dx, which is e raised to integral 1 upon x plus a dx. Now the integral of 1 upon x is log x, and the integral of 1 upon x plus a is log x plus a. So we get e raised to log x plus a. What is the next step of modification? Correct. We can remove e and log over here, and the answer becomes just x plus e. So the integrating factor is x plus e. And therefore the solution of the given differential equation is given as, in this case it becomes y into integrating factor is equal to integral q into integrating factor plus c, that is dx plus c. And in the next step, we write all these values over here, that is y into integrating factor is x plus a, as you can see above, is equal to integral q is actually a upon x plus a into the integrating factor is again x plus a dx plus c. Now these two terms can go away, and therefore we get y into x plus a is equal to integral a dx plus c. Now a is a constant, so the integral of 1 dx is x plus c. So as a result, we get the answer as y into x plus a is equal to ax plus c. And this becomes our final answer. Now in the 8th sum, the question is dr plus 2r d theta is equal to 8 d theta. So the independent variable is d theta over here, and the dependent variable is r. So we divide all the terms by d theta. So dividing both the sides by d theta, we are getting dr by d theta is equal to 2r, that is plus 2r, is equal to 8. So this is of the standard form now. Now comparing with dr by d theta plus pr is equal to q, you are going to get p as 2 and q as 8. Okay, p is equal to 2 and q is equal to 8. Now it becomes easy enough to solve for you. So this sum I am leaving it to you as an assignment. Try this out and see if you have understood the concept of it. So practice all these sums properly, because as you know, differential equation is a chapter which has a lot of marks weightage. We'll meet in the next lecture with the next exercise. Thank you so much for listening.